Yo, what is up, my gamers? And today we are playing FNAF Pizza Simulator, and yeah, we're on night 6 and we're trying our best, I guess, we're trying our best to complete the level. Yo, what is... And who knows, we might beat it, we might not. Let's just get our thumbnail on the video real quick and then we're good. And we'll set it like that. FNAF Pizza Simulator. They go on. They go on. The thing's not working real quick. You guys see the thumbnail? The thumbnail's great, right? Let's go. Okay, let's go. Okay. I see.
Where are you?
Oh no.
Where are you?
How can I resist a promise such as this?
Yeah?
Stream Warzone.
No.
Why? You never do anymore.
Cause maybe I just don't want to play Warzone all the time. Huh? Yeah, I got home.
I said, did you just get home?
Yeah. I took a shower and then.
It feels like
Man, seriously.
my
What are you
birthday.
eating?
Did you
Soda.
have a gift for me?
You're,
Soda
Oh,
cans.
so then what's that crunch?
Soda cans.
Fighting?
No, it's a candy from Dave and Buster's.
Hello?
Yes.
Can I see?
See what?
The candy.
I'm trying to finish this game.
How come you immediately hung up on me before?
I don't know if I did.
Huh?
Maybe because I was in the match.
You're very weird.
I'm weird.
You're being weird right now. Anyways, bye.
Bye.
How can I resist a promise such as
Where are you?
this?
Oh yeah, what about it? Yeah, no, I already know. It's just rope, bro. Give me a second. Okay, now it's safe. It has to be. When did Headless come out in this game? Ooh, Springtrap, I know that's you. Springtrap, back the freak up before I make you back up.
Bittersweet, but fitting.
How do people beat this game? I really want to know. Man, it's hard.
Yo, how much is this combined? These two. I got 3 tickets today.
I should look up how long does night 6 take in FNAF 6. How long does FNAF 6 night 6 night 6 take?
Taking the stage on karaoke night takes confidence, but it's hard to feel confident when you apply for a credit card. With Karma Confidence...
If you've been finding the Five Nights at Freddy's 6 gameplay a little bit too hard for you, this is definitely the video for you. I've been getting a lot of requests to cover how to actually beat this. So this is the method that I do, and it works for me about 90% of the time. Sometimes the animatronics are really aggro and it's hard to deal with them. I'm talking about on Saturday, by the way. All the other nights are pretty easy. So if you follow these techniques on any night, they should be fine. And just before we begin, remember to subscribe and tap that bell for more FNAF and horror game theories that actually make sense. Now what you want to do as soon as you enter the game is start an audio cue in one of these 3 boxes up here. What I usually do is I stack my actions. So I start an audio cue in the middle room here first and foremost, then I go to my tasks and start a task, and when that task is done, I set the audio cue to go to the next room over, and then I go back to the middle, and then the next room over, back to the middle, next room over, and like that, like a cycle, in between each of the tasks, and that way I know I can keep the animatronics away from my room as best as I can. While I'm doing this, I follow a certain order of tasks. Now you can do this in one of 2 ways. One way is to do your advertising first, then order your supplies, then do maintenance. But what I like to do is order my supplies, then do maintenance, then do advertising. Or do my maintenance, order my supplies, and then do advertising. The reason I do it in this order is because it goes from the least noisiest option to the most noisiest option. And if you do not have full upgrades on your computer, then order supplies and advertising are going to take a really long time and they're going to make a ton of noise. That's not going to be a very big deal though, because you don't deal with as many animatronics. The reason for that is if you have risk rating in your restaurant, you have a chance of another animatronic being in your game. That being said, with full upgrades, you don't get any noise from order supplies at all, and you don't get any noise from maintenance, and also they're sped up. I imagine advertising is also sped up a bit, but it still makes quite a lot of noise. So just remember, order supplies, maintenance, then advertising. Or if you're just starting out, maintenance, order supplies, and then advertising. Or if you want to do from loudest to quietest, advertising, order supplies, and maintenance. But that's personally not what I like to do. Because if you haven't lured the animatronics away from from you yet, then they're gonna come flock into your room with the computer on, the vents on, and the advertising going on. That printer makes a lot of noise, and so do your vents. So pick your order, go through it, remember to cycle your audio around, and just keep in mind when I say do maintenance first or order supplies first, I mean everything in the maintenance list first, everything in the order supplies first. And when you cycle your audio around, you're cycling it in between each of those sub points. So when you order your cups, cycle the audio, and then after when you order your plates, cycle the audio. Something that I don't see many people talking about is the vent option. If you go to vent and you click on the option in that sub menu, then it makes the ventilation quieter, apparently. I don't like this one because I don't think it works that well, but you can try it if you like. This method that I'm showing you here in this video is what I do, and I get a very high success rate. I recommend not using that vent option. Now the tricky parts. Probably the hardest part of all of this is cycling between doing all of your orders, sounding all of the sound cues, and checking up on the vents. When you hear something entering your vents or leaving your vents, go to it. Also, if you want the easiest way through this game possible, do not do any sponsorships. They are going to mess you up 100%, especially on Saturday. This method still works with sponsorships, but it's just a little bit harder because it shuts off your computer every now and then, and it makes a lot of noise. You do not want this to pop off when something's in your vents. Now, as for checking your vents, what I like to do is instantly go to the vent that I can hear noise coming from, and then I turn off my ventilation by pressing X. Usually when this happens, I've still got an order going off. So when that order finishes, which you can tell by a little clicking sound that plays, you can turn the power off as well. That makes all the sound that you make go down dramatically, and all the animatronics will ignore you. So here's an example of that clicking sound I'm talking about. There. Notice when how that rough dial-up fuzzy noise stopped, you could hear a little clicking sound? That sound will play at the end of a task whether it makes a noise or not. So even if it's the printer which makes heaps of noise, or whether it's the maintenance which makes no noise at all, you will hear that clicking sound. I'll just play it for you again so that you can hear it properly. There. That was at the end of printing, you could hear a little clicking sound, and at that point you can turn off your computer, which will reduce a lot of noise, and combined with turning off the ventilation, it'll pretty much make them completely ignore you. But just remember to flash the light in each of the vents because you never know how aggravated they will get. What I like to do is count to 5 after the power button reappears before turning my computer on again, and then turning on the sound cue in one of those 3 rooms and starting the cycle going again. When I've started the sound cue, I can do my tasks and continue the cycle from the start all over again. When the animatronics have left me alone and I've started the sound cue, you can double check whether something's in your vent or near you by checking the motion detector, but after that quickly trigger a sound cue so that they can leave you alone. What I like to do is wait 2 or 3 seconds after the sound cue plays so that any animatronics to my immediate left or right can move away from my area and towards the sound cue before I start doing orders again. That'll give me time when they start hearing things happening again. And that will give me some time to do my tasks before they come back and maybe hopefully lower the temperature in the room and hopefully get the ventilation going for a long enough time. Now, something that's really important, other than being able to quickly detect something in your vents and flashing them away, is your sound management. I've just taught you sound management when something's coming through your vents. However, when you're doing certain tasks, you want to manage your sound in certain ways. Obviously, for each of the tasks, you need your computer on, no matter what. But because everything has its own amount of noise, I like to switch off the ventilation depending on what I'm doing. So in the early stages, if I'm doing advertising and order supplies and I've got no upgrades, I like to turn my ventilation off for those 2. Then I turn them back on to recover as I lure the animatronics away with my audio cues. For maintenance, I always have ventilation on because it's a very silent task. And when I have everything upgraded, I turn my ventilation off when I'm doing advertising. And this has allowed me to maximize my survival rate because I'll have the most oxygen possible for each of the tasks. I'll also be making the least noise possible for each of the tasks, or at least the minimum amount of noise possible in order to preserve my ventilation. And I just realized I might have said oxygen a few times. Whenever I said oxygen, I just meant managing my ventilation. Basically keeping that number in the bottom right low, which is the temperature of the room. One really cool thing that you can do to keep the animatronics away from you, and this is a really specific case, but just in case it happens to you, it's really useful. If you use the motion detector and notice that 3 animatronics occupy 3 parts of a square, notice in the very top left and the very top right, the rooms form a square shape. If the animatronics take up the 3 rooms that don't include the very top left room and the very top right room, then sound an audio cue in one of those very top left or very top right rooms. If that happens, it'll attract them all to that one room, which would be awesome because they'll be max distance away from you and you'll be allowed to do other stuff. Of course, there may be one animatronic close to you still, but at least you'll only be dealing with one. And don't be frantic about it, just be patient. Remember your timing. After you've turned off your power and the power button comes back on, wait about 5 seconds. Check your vents about 3 to 4 seconds at a time, and definitely use audio more than your motion detection. Keep quiet and you'll get the ending of the game, which explains a lot about FNAF's lore, which a lot of people are actually confused about. Check out this video to find out why. Or tap these videos which were picked just for you. If you're new, remember to tap my face to subscribe and to tap that bell.
Well, okay, now we get it. Okay, we're gonna lower the risk rate of everything we have. So let's go to catalog. Let's go to rare finds and things, and this one right here. Let's go to this one. It says bonus revenue, so we don't have to worry about it. We did take out Lefty, which is a big cost, so good thing we did that. We don't have any risk on that. No, a lot of risk. Okay, we turned off all the risk, everything. So, let's finish it, and let's go. Man, freaking, I died. But the method does work, you just gotta do it a little bit differently than I did. He said he won 90% of his games, so it's gonna be always... Well, look at Rockstar Foxy. He played Foxy. Foxy's having a great time, man. Feel good for him. So let's go. We're gonna do maintenance first. My birthday. Did you have a gift for me?
for
Oh my
me?
god, oh my god, did you give me? Shut up. Man, it feels like I'm a squeaker now. Let's go.
Here, put an item in 5 now so people know what they're playing for. Wait, was that you? Oh, yeah, it was. Dude, I need another fucking euro so bad. How many euros do you have? That's it, shit.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
Screenshot, shut the hell up. Alright, let's go. Sorry about the wait. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Do it. Oh!
I hate when people come up to me with that shit. It's so great.
Okay, we're back.
Oh, that was, yeah. You gotta. Oh, shit. I'll say fun.
As soon as I check that freaking videos.
Come back.
Dun, dun. I want to try something. But I have to open the freaking game. I have to restart the game for it to happen. I want to do it. I don't know if it's 100% true or not. I don't want to restart the game again. Because hard work comes with great responsibility, right? Let's go, guys. Come on. Way too loud. Way too loud. I did something. Okay, let's go. Candy! Yeah, I candy, bro. It acts so friendly, but really, it's not that friendly.
You should have known I'd find you.
Ciao. When am I gonna figure it out, huh? When am I gonna figure it out? I can't figure out anything. There's nothing. Literally nothing. Nothing I can do. I don't know what to do. I've been trying to beat this game for like 2 days. I can't figure out a way. Oh, we dead. We dead. Yo, we are dead. This is R.I.P.
That was easier than I thought it would be.
Where if I
It hurts. It does. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Wait, I gotta figure this out. If this... Wait, hold on. I'm gonna go... Wait, okay, so... Man, I don't like... Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do, huh? I don't know what to do. I'm gonna see some. Though. Wait, let's see. Switch to... Never mind, I can't do that. Wait, I have to do it on my phone. Okay, oh, sorry about my brother. We gotta see where our... Okay. This.
That's bad. Headless can get 75, 100 mil, no problem. My friend got it for 30 last time, so I ran into a fucking idiot.
Five Nights at Freddy's 6 Freak Show. As you guys know, this is a different take, I want to say, on Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, as you guys can tell by the title screen here. If you guys have played FNAF 6, you know that that was one of the best FNAF games, in my opinion. I absolutely love that one. I remember when Scott sent us that, and he just told us, hey, you know, this is a little look at, you know, a preview of, you know, this little mini game that I've been working on, and it ended up being FNAF 6 and an entire game. I just remember how crazy that was that day. So, yeah, we're checking out this game today. It's a FNAF 6, you know, style game. I think it's like a remake of the game. So this should be pretty interesting. I heard it's got some pretty crazy twists in it, so be sure to stay tuned for the entire video. And of course, hit that like button if you guys want to see me play more of this game, because I don't know if there is going to be more of this, just a demo or what. We'll find out. And of course, if you haven't already, hit subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we're growing really fast, and I'm trying to hit 3 million subscribers by the end of the year, which it's less than 2 months away, but I think we can do it. We've been gaining like 3,000 subscribers a day, so I think it's definitely possible at this rate. Anyways, let's go and start the game, and we get to 6, which is just the craziest.
So it's just... Okay.
Wait, no, it's back! Wait, what? You see that?
Man, I really don't know what to do anymore. So it's just... There's nothing to do.
I'll give you 50 That's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. There you go.
You should have known I'd find you.
Wanna do it?
I should do another FNAF game. This is getting too hard. I'm trying to scan their routes.
I'm gonna follow you. I don't really give a shit. Hey, baby girl. Let's just keep going.
Never mind. I just give up at this point, guys. I don't know, man. I just give up. Should I just give up at this point? Because I feel like I should. It's 41 minutes. Freaking getting nowhere. People are coming in the stream and then coming out. So, I don't know what to do, man. I don't really know what to do. Got ideas, but I don't. Can you just say a quick hello?
Hey, I'm third on the leaderboard, dude. Let's go. I love you.
Look up. Ready? Free FNAF. Free FNAF games on Steam.
If things don't feel quite right to you yet, we're still here to help. Visit nyprojecthope.org.
Strip away what you don't want, like added sugars and preservatives. And what's
Five Nights at Freddy's, a wildly successful indie horror game that has exploded into a worldwide phenomenon, leading to sequels, books, t-shirts, Funko Pops, lunchboxes, weird fan art, and even a movie. With any successful fandom, there are sure to be copies trying to leech off the success of the main series. I mean, just look at Slenderman and all of his clones. However, FNAF fan games took off in a way that I don't think anyone expected, with literally thousands of them flooding the indie game community. Most of them are more or less but some of them are really incredible. It's amazing what kinds of creative things developers have been able to do using Five Nights at Freddy's as a template. I've played dozens of these FNAF fan games myself across almost 400 videos, so I decided to make a list of what I believe are the top 10 best FNAF fan games to date. This list, of course, is simply my opinion, and if you don't agree with it, that's totally fine. To each their own. Before we dive into the list, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more amazing content and like this video.
Yo,
or else
FNAF
Freddy's gonna
World.
come get ya. Just kidding. Or am I? At number 10 on our list, we have a FNAF game called Fredbear's Fright by GarrettTube. This game is uniquely ununique. I'm not sure if that made sense. By this I mean, yes, the game is very strongly based on the original Five Nights at Freddy's, using the original graphics straight from the game. But the dev used that as a baseline to do some pretty cool stuff with the office. You got yourself a number pad, you got yourself a bucket of water, you got yourself more vents. Hooray, more vents! As you play, it feels nothing like the original game, as you scramble to type in the correct code or close the right vent at the very last second. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty hard game. It's definitely a challenge. And the jump scares, man.
I don't know what it was about them, but they always seem to catch me at the right time. Ah, Jesus! Scary. Scary stuff. I should have kept the vent closed. Dormitibus is one of the more recent FNAF fan games on our list that created quite a buzz when it was first released. This game has a whopping 12 nights. 12 nights! I think the developers went a little crazy there, but the game doesn't feel all that repetitive. Each night actually has its own feel as more and more animatronics are added into the game. And trust me, there's plenty of animatronics to go around. The lore is pretty detailed as well, with secret tapes that you can pick up during each night, which helps you get access to additional secrets. You know, the good ending. The ending that every FNAF game seems to be including nowadays. Oh my god, this game is hard. I'm always up for a challenge, but what the heck? What night is this? Night 8? How many nights are there? Ah, come on! Why? That's not even fair! I can't, I'm done. Freaking Freddy and his stupid animatronic characters. Oh, Jolly. The Jolly series has always been good to me. Ever since I played the very first game in the series, I always had a lot of fun making those videos. Not to mention the large number of views. I honestly think that this series helped pay my internet bill for a number of months. Jolly 1 and 2 introduced new characters into the FNAF fan game world, but didn't necessarily stand out as a comparison to other games that were also being introduced at the time. But then Jolly 3 happened. Jolly 3 is actually split into 2 separate chapters, each of which is basically its own game. Chapter 1 gives you a strong sister location feel with seemingly complicated gameplay mechanics. Trust me, it's not as bad as it looks. While Chapter 2 really has its own unique feel. Both chapters have between-night minigames that help break up some of the main gameplay's repetition and help set it apart from other FNAF fan games. Overall, this game was very well developed and— Ha! Oh, jeez, where did he come from? Some of these jump scares seem to come out of nowhere. Oh, and this game is apparently based off of a Filipino version of Denny's? What? Baby's Nightmare Circus is one of those hidden gems I stumbled upon while looking through various FNAF fan games. On the surface, the game gives off a very strong FNAF 4 feel, as you can see here with the title screen and the way your character moves around the circus. As you really dive into the game though, you find unique mechanics with jump scares that'll make Omar Sabali consider going back to Chica. Oh, fun fact, this also happens to be one of Omar Sabali's favorite FNAF games. Like Dormitibus, this game has quite a few nights. Although there's some repetition, the difficulty progression is reasonable yet challenging, and there are enough changes and secrets to keep you curious about what's gonna be right around the corner. The game also has this guy. That's just nightmare fuel right there. Born from an inside joke, One Night at Flumpty's is probably the most random FNAF fan game ever made. The general gameplay is pretty typical to any other generic FNAF fan game, and is actually pretty reminiscent to the original Five Nights at Freddy's. But what makes this game stand out from the rest is its artwork and creativity. A beaver taking a poop, an office filled with horribly disfigured childhood characters, and a murderous egg? What even is this game? One Night at Flumpty's is such a weird mix of horror and comedy that it's one of the more memorable FNAF fan games on this list. Oh, and did I mention it's scary? The Final Night series was one of the first to start experimenting with 3D FNAF gameplay. While the first game was more of your traditional horror game, Final Nights 2 and 3 kept to the more of the usual FNAF template. I really think that any of the Final Nights games could have ended up on this list, but it's Final Nights 3.
Wait, XD? Huh?
That gets the spotlight. Trapped in your hospital room, you must overcome your fears and get some sleep! But seriously though, I love the sleep gameplay mechanic in this game. This game brings back all the classic FNAF characters. Freddy, the Puppet, Balloon Boy. Wait, but where's Chica? Well, that's a scary minigame. Each night introduces a new way to die, so you'll have to stay on your toes figuring out how to deal with each new animatronic. It's quite the challenge. Pop Goes is one of the most well-known FNAF fan games to date. The amount of work that went into this game is pretty staggering, which makes sense as it was in development for over a year before it was finally released. Like most of the games on this list, Pop Goes has unique gameplay and fantastic graphics. Just look at that squirrel hand. But I think it's the in-depth lore that makes this game stand out, spanning across multiple minigames as well as side games as separate, DLC downloads, I guess? Oh my god, I've gone Super Saiyan! Sorry, I just really like that edit. A sequel to Pop Goes was proposed at one point, but unfortunately it was cancelled. Maybe it'll return one day. We can only hope. Jolly 3, Final Nights 3. There's something about the third game in a FNAF series where developers hit their stride and end up making the best game in the series. Voila! Five Nights at Candy's 3. You don't play this game for the in-night gameplay, oh no. You play this game for the mini-games and secrets. Don't get me wrong, the main gameplay is unique in its own right, where you use a flashlight and tape recorder to help defend yourself from the rat, the cat, and, this guy. But it only scratches the surface of this game's ultimate potential. Most of your time will be spent exploring the many mini-games and secrets scattered throughout the gameplay, which, by the way, have their own jump scares. Oh, did I mention that this game probably has the most terrifying secret ending that I've ever seen in a game?
Someone said 200 yesterday.
This is a game that you can spend hours playing and enjoy every moment. I highly recommend it. A Shadow Over Freddy's just might be one of the most unique FNAF fan games to date. Don't let the...
Hey, do you put your pets first? Hey, well, search for the most pet-friendly rentals anywhere on apartments.com. Wow, I just love what you've done with the place.
Point-and-click gameplay fool you. I believe this game is one of the scariest FNAF fan games out there. The jump scares are no joke. They seem to come out of nowhere. I don't hear the groaning anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, that was a fun moment. Unlike most FNAF fan games, this is a game that forces you to slow down. Look, listen. If you miss something, you'll regret it. The black and white design is pretty neat too. On a personal note, this game is one of my favorites. I would love to see more FNAF games with this level of creative genius. After years of demos, alphas, betas, and reworks, Nixon finally created a masterpiece. The Joy of Creation Story Mode. Did this #1 spot come as a surprise to anyone? With unique gameplay and a shocking twist on the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, it's no surprise why this game is the favorite among many in the FNAF community. Oh man, is this game scary! Seriously, this game scared the bejesus out of me. During the basement section, I even punched myself in the face. I was jump scared so badly. Guys, I punched myself in the nose. This is not a game that holds your hand and lets you just zip through it. You have to take a step back, analyze each section and what to do, play with the mechanics, and have the aha moment where you understand what to do and proceed to try and master the genius strategy that you just came up with. That way, when you do finally complete a section, you feel that much more accomplished with yourself. Or you can just watch a YouTuber to see how they beat it. That works too, I guess. But even then, it definitely takes skill to beat this game. As I was putting together this list and reflecting back on literally every single FNAF fan game that I've played so far on my channel, I realized how much I owe all of these FNAF developers. Playing these games has given me a voice on YouTube, and that's something that I'll always be grateful for. And of course, a huge thank you to the big man himself, Scott Cawthon, for creating a game that has impacted so many. But anyways, those are what I believe to be the top 10 best FNAF fan games to date. Did you agree with my list? You didn't? Well, let me know what you think is the best FNAF fan game in the comment section below. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. It took forever to put together. If you enjoyed, why not leave a like?
Dude, I've never seen someone win with the .0.
That's it. I want to do Chippers in Lumber Co.
Oh, really? It was a 1% chance and a 10 mil jackpot, and they won.
Chipper! Chipper and the lumber.
This way. It's not what you think.
When people bring up the best FNAF fan games ever made, it's typically the same couple answers I constantly hear over and over, which is fair. Games like Candies, Flumpties, The Joy of Creation, and many more are all projects with lots of history. And
I got this kid's word clock set yesterday. Word clock goes for like 20 mil, 40 mil. I got it from this kid for like 5 mil. How much do I have? No, I don't want to trade it. If I have one of the item, most likely I don't want to trade it. Yeah. Think about poison horns.
Okay, Chippers and Sons. Chipper and Sons Lumber Co.
He ducked out. Those Starry Nights are so OP, dude.
There's a certain special someone like you.
Did I just get a lumber? Are you being kidding me? No, I'm not. I'm not, guys. We got in Lumber Co.
Only by a team spirit.
Sure, whatever.
A portrait of a hero on a snow day. That is gotta be the longest one ever.
Alright, wait.
Look at my item. Don't worry, I'm winning. Let's go. Damn. You should do a 20 mil jackpot. You know you can put it in a furnace in 10 mil, right? You can put it in a furnace in 10 mil.
How do I get it? How do I? Okay, I'm trying to get Chippers and Sons Lumber Co. freaking ready, and it's not working.
Alright, 250K right now.
Yo, Nick. I need some help. How do I make a game like into it like an app on the PC? Like how do okay? That might be confusing. You know.
You're getting a little bit
Okay,
pussy.
so you know, so you know how Subnautica Below Zero or Warzone or Fortnite. You know how on them they have the PC, their apps
Oh my
on
god,
the
bro.
PC. How do I get this Chippers and Sons Lumber Co. app to an app like that?
How do you get?
Like how do I make it into like something like that does that? Can you just help me?
Hold on, don't try to
After?
Yeah.
You can get sounds gay, but that shit, that is hilarious. It's not even a text item. It has no value, no wrap, nothing. But it's rare. Like, no one has it. I don't know, actually. Trying to give it to me? Oh, he has horns in there. Is that guy retarded? No, you're winning. Yeah.
No. Let me do. I know no swear. No. Don't test me. This is my no freaking square. No square. No.
I wish I could. So what's up? Sorry, I completely did not see your message. My bad. What's up?
No.
Yeah, voice chat. What does? You're the one who asked me, are you musking? Who the fuck is that? Turn your trades on, Rag. No, you win. I can see the future. Not bad. Oh, you win. Someone tell me he's scripted, right? If you don't want to accept it, fine. Oh, then, I don't know. I just collect them and then I resell them for way more. Like, for new traders, like, I got, this motherfucker was so, like, in the trenches, he gave me his fucking fire horn for my Ice Falcon, and I sold the fire horns for like 2.5 mil. Because they get OPs, they're the most demanded item in the game. If he wins, I think he's scripting, I'm not gonna lie with you. Okay, he's not scripting. He ain't scripting. Pussy. No, wait, he probably just gave it to his e-bureau. You mean his e-boy? Okay, I'm sure
Okay, so basically, I'm trying to play this game, right? But also, I want to stream it, but it's not like that. Taskbar. You pinned it.
No, move on.
You.
And usually you can just click and drop.